Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel ProDivinity 1111. I am your intuitive tarologist, Anu. Very nice to have you here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for lending your energy, and if you're new, a very warm welcome. So today's impromptu reading because of the phenomenal elements happening in the sky. So I was really called to do this reading more of an urgent manner because it's a pretty unique time window that we have with Mars and Venus. Please watch this intro. I will only explain what Mars and Venus do and what the term conjunction means in this part. And then the plan for the rest of the reading is go sign by sign, starting with Capricorn because that's where these two are meeting. And then we'll go for each sign. Everything will be timestamped, but that's where we'll pull in some tarot for what to do. Now, the urgency and why I wanted to do this reading is because this is the time for us to take action. Mars and Venus come together usually once in 2 years. So keep that in mind. They're coming together. This will not happen for about roughly another 2 years. And usually they only come together for a span of about a week, max 10 days from what I've researched. And this time they are around for pretty much a month and a half, 2 months. So I kind of started, I'll tell you the time frame is, so let's get right into it. So the intro, Mars and Venus is coming in conjunction or coming in conjunction. They started on around the beginning of the month on February 1st. They're going to be exact, like together on the 16th of February. Then they're going to start slowly, drifting, but they'll still stay together until the end of March. Okay, so Feb 1st to March 31st, almost 2 months. But the peak day is February 16th. Again, it can be a couple of days before, a couple of days after. So I'm just literally recording this a couple of days before that. And what this means is this is a time where fire and passion and money and values are coming together. And what we want to see is where does this combination affect our chart. So listen to your sun, rising, and your moon. I would definitely say listen to your sun and rising to get a full picture. But if you want to do just one, astrologers say rising is the most impactful. But again, it's a personal thing. You will also know which outlooks resonate more. Does your sun resonate more for you, or does your rising? Usually astrologers would say rising is the one, but that's your choice. If you have time for only one, just pick that. The readings are going to be short because I wanted to cover this topic. So we are being called to take action in that or those areas of our life during this week, if possible. That is, before, if you can initiate around the mid of February, great. If you don't get the chance, even through late February, early March, I would say March 6th up until that time, so next 2-3 weeks. If not, by the end of March, do take action in these areas because then you will see the blessings come through in the next 2 years until the next time these two planets come together. Okay? So I hope that helps. Now, quickly, Mars overview. What is Mars? Mars is the planet of action. This is also known as the divine lovers in astrology. This is fire and this is love, okay? So Mars is all about action. I will help you I will hold it here and read some of the keywords. I wanted to keep it a little, viewer friendly, but also for those of you who want to learn astrology as I am. Okay, I'm still a novice, but these cards are beautiful. They help me kind of stitch it together, and I've done a lot of research, obviously. Mars is a planet of action, and some of the keywords are desire, impulses, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, workouts, excitement, thirst, impatience, anger, leadership, engine, potency, willpower, motor, sex drive. So anything that is a yang energy, going out, action, fire. This is the divine masculine energy, okay? The planet of divine masculine energy, also known as the Lord of War, okay? So watch for your anger and impulses at this time. And we have Venus, which is, we all know is the goddess of love. And some of the keywords are beauty, harmony, romance, charm, receiving, sensuality, luxury, wealth, diplomacy, magnetism, value, pleasure, adornment, adoration, attraction, indulgence, taste, and style, right? So this is the divine feminine that we have. They're coming together. So it's fire and love and passion all mixed in together. And what this is telling us, the universe is telling us, take action in this area so you can start seeing results within the next 2 years. And when they're together, the term for that is conjunction, and that means combines with, enhances, strengthens, joins forces, activates, intensifies, authorizes, allies with, concentrates, saturates, overrides, overwhelms. So they're a very potent combination when they come together. So with that, I'm just gonna place the cards. I'm gonna pause so I can get my placements correct, and we are going to get started with the individual signs. Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Let's see how this conjunction is. By the way, you're called the boss. I love it. I'm a Capricorn Sun, but for Sun, Moon, or Rising, this will be your reading. So this conjunction for, or where they are sitting together, is actually very powerful, and that's why we're starting with you. This is happening in your first house of the self, the physical body, your image, self-image, self-awareness, the ego. Okay, that's where this conjunction is happening for our Capricorns out here. Okay, and so when we talk about action, anything related to your self-image, anything related to how you see yourself or how you project yourself into the world, even if you could take like a little action in that direction, that would bear fruit. But overall, in addition to the first house, Mars rules your roots, your fourth house. Okay, so family, your home, your comfort, your foundations or your support system in life. And this will also include real estate, where you want to build your home and your family, your really like your overall shell of protection. That's what Mars rules. And Venus rules 2 signs in astrology, and for you, those fall under the 5th house and the 10th house. So look at how much energy there is. If this is overwhelming, I will quickly summarize. So if 5th house is all about our creativity, it's about children, it's entertainment, it is luck, it is also pleasure, joy, like really fun energies. Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, and the 10th house we know is the Capricorn house. Okay, so there's a lot of duplicate energy here, where you rule the 10th house, or you kind of, Capricorn sits in the 10th house, which is reputation, our career, our social standing, our status, authority, the rules, the patriarchy, the empire type energies. Okay, so what this is telling us, because this conjunction is sitting in your house at this time, in this week, or at least before the end of March, if you take any action that towards your home, your roots, like let's say you plan for moving, or you plan on certain renovations in your house, or you seriously think about some investments and make some changes there, or let's say you initiate a job change, let's say whip up your resume, anything like that. So I'm just throwing examples. What you can do is research more on what these houses mean, but these are your key areas. This is an amazing time because there's a fire, there is the drive, and there's also love for these things. Okay, so if you take any action, you'll see the blessings come through over the next 2 years. Please watch the intro to know more about what Mars and Venus represent. There is also a very pivotal full moon in Leo happening on the same day, February 16th. So I wanted to pull a moonology message for you. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. This is beautiful. I like seeing this because it's home and family. It's also the exact opposite of Capricorn on the astrology wheel. So you have Capricorn and Cancer showing up. So this is like a nice message to see your loved ones are you and your loved ones are safe. And let's get into, oops, we're going to do a little bit of tarot. So Spirit, tell us what action should Capricorn take that would benefit Capricorn during this time in these areas. There is your passion, Ace of Wands, ending old cycles. Whoa, okay. Energy is on. There's your new beginning. Oh my God, endings and beginnings. Okay, let's get a couple more. Okay, we have the 4th house taking care of self, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So do you see? I want to talk about this one here for sure because it's the 10 of Swords, okay? And look, before I was going to say you have a lot of new beginnings. Everything is in your hands, and I saw this at the bottom of the deck, okay? You have the Magician. The Magician energy is within you. You hold the power to create whatever you want. This is a very empowering time. Your status, your side hustle, your business, your children, your fun, your investments, your home and your roots and your self-image, everything you can change. Even if you take one step in any of these areas, you're going to see the reaping. You're going to reap the rewards from it. You have the Magician, the 7 of Swords, and 7 and 9. These are beautiful energies. And then there's Hierophant, which is setting new traditions. Happiness coming through, opportunities, and a lot of experience that we're moving forward with, because 7 of Swords to me is also like watching where we step, because we've had certain experiences and we've grown from them. Okay, it really like depends when it's your own energy, like how can you advantageously use this knowledge, right? But at the end of the day, you are the Magician. You Major Arcana again. You can create whatever you put your mind to. So coming to these cards, we know it's been a difficult few years for Capricorns out there, right? With Saturn sitting there, Pluto sitting there, it's just like very heavy hitters, and they move very slowly. So that cycle is coming to an end. So this is a very important time marker. And trust me, at the end of this calendar year, Saturn is going to start moving out of Capricorn, out of Aquarius. That's where you're going to see a lot of the restrictions start loosening up, and you'll start seeing the rewards. This is the 3rd year of Saturn in Aquarius. So whenever Saturn leaves a sign, and that means your 2nd house, so money, job, that's where Saturn has been sitting. He's going to leave, and usually in the 3rd year is where we see rewards from Saturn. Okay, so this tough cycle is ending. You're being called to follow your passion, find that inner spark. Okay, there's a lot of fire here. Fire, fire, fire. And this is like major fire with the Magician energy. It also is number 1. It represents the start. So you have 1, you have 1. Where is it? No, 1 and 1. So 1, 1, 1 is important, and it's in the 1st house. Wow. 11, 11. So this is the time. End that difficult cycle. Take action towards self-healing a lot, okay? If you need a vacation, if you need a weekend away, do it. Do it, because this is by when you do that, you're telling the universe you honor yourself, you make time for yourself, and you respect yourself. Because if you're not healed and, you know, rejuvenated and energetic, where will you find the energy? Where is the spark going to come from, right? In order for us to be able to tap into our creativity, we got to give ourselves rest. So this is important. Then start on that new journey. You will get more breakthrough moments as you start going on to this. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing over here. Again, it's a very self-oriented time, and this is giving me 5th house energies, the Ace of Wands, because this is creativity, like the 5th house. So passion, creativity. Is there a hobby you've been thinking of starting? Is there some side hustle you've been thinking of starting? Now is the time, even if it's like a little, like let's say you're building a website, or you know, you're setting up I don't know, like an Instagram shop or anything like that, something that's creative and fun for you. Just take at least 1 step towards this during this time. Okay, let's get you, I said these are going to be quick readings. Do watch your moon or rising for sure, if you can. I'm trying to keep these short. Let's get you one action oriented message. What action should you take or take inspiration from the Animal Spirit deck? We have, Swan Spirit number 6, time for a deep dive. This is diving deep into our shadow aspects. And this also, like, to me, the hard work pays off. That's what the swan represents to me. Very, very many layered messages. First of all, you always see the swan really glides on the water, okay? It looks very smooth, very serene, prestigious, almost like very 10th house energy, okay? The beautiful gliding of the swan. But what you don't see is how fast the swan is actually pedaling under the water. It's just like crazy how hard the swan is actually working. And to me, that's like the perfect personification of Capricorn. There's a lot of grace, there's a lot of poise, there's a lot of kind of a calm, serene authority to Capricorn. It is again like, okay, don't be afraid to embrace your shadow aspects. Where is it that you're holding yourself back? Your self-image, your self-perception is very, very important at this time. So, work on that and you're going to see a lot of rewards. And the third thing that's kind of layered in here is 60, which reduces to a 6, which is the number of Venus, which is the number of this year. 2022 reduces to a 6. So this is the year of the Venus. This is the year of Venus. It's going to really bring you a lot of rewards. Go ahead and try to take some steps towards ending the shadow aspects, embracing yourself, making time for yourself, and realizing that you can create whatever you want. That's where the next 2 years are going to bring blessings for you. All right, Capricorn, thank you. I'll be moving on to the next one. Okay, we are moving on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please watch the intro to know what these planets represent, what does conjunction mean, and here I'm going to show you where they fall and what it means for you. And please do watch your Sun and Rising at least, or if nothing else, do watch your Rising. That's going to be the most accurate according to astrologers, okay? But again, go with your intuition, what you feel drawn to. So this powerful combination of the divine lovers is falling in your 12th house. And the 12th house is our psyche. It's our subconscious. It's what's hidden. And there are some words here that the key word is surrender. Okay, so let go of control, surrender. Subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage. Trans states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, Akashic records, okay? So it's all the spiritual aspects, okay? The subconscious, the depth, the shadow side of us, everything that's kind of hidden from plain view is where this combination is happening, okay? So when we say this is a time for action, now through, if mid-February to early March, if not before the end of March, that's the time frame we have for this powerful conjunction. So 12th house, if you take any action towards this, let's say, do you need therapy? Do you want to learn about the Akashic records? Do you want to get into any astrological things? Or, where you want to meditate, learn some new meditative practices, any of those, they're going to yield results over the next 2 years until these two come back together, okay? Beyond that, Mars rules Aries, which is your 3rd house, okay? 3rd house, and the key word here is perception. It's usually communication, short learning, short distance travel as well. But this says speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, dating, siblings, research, street life, circulation, discussion surrounding sociability. So this is like our immediate environment, okay? And if you want to think of skills, this is like the more basic skills that we can use in our day-to-day life. So that's what Mars rules for you in your natal chart. And Venus always rules 2 signs, Taurus and Libra, which for you are your 4th and 9th house. Now, the 4th house is about home and family. It's about your roots. It can also be real estate. It can be shelter, inner world, okay, your safety security system. And then the 9th house is our long-term goals. What are we seeking? This is also travel. This is higher education. So you have both. You have your elementary or basic skills, and also you have your advanced skills showing up over here. with this energy together. We have foreign travel, adventure, higher education, customs, faith, beliefs, pilgrimages, spiritual quests, aspirations, journalism, religion, gurus, risk-taking. So right off the bat, I'll tell you, for quite a few of you, this is a very potent time if you want to work towards any spiritual steps, okay? Because you have the 9th and you have the 12th. This combination itself is all about higher learning, philosophies, the occult. Even though we don't have 8th house, I feel like because this combination is here, this is the depths, and this is like expanding our knowledge and our horizons. It can also be studying to be a psychologist, studying to be, taking a life coach certification. Any of that could apply here, but can also be around marketing, around our home and family, and maybe like thinking about moving, anything like that, okay? Because that's the 4th house here. So let's get a Moonology card for you, Aquarius. We have the full moon in Leo on the 16th of this month, which is a very powerful one for us. So let's see what the message is. You got 2. I'm going to take both of them because if they flip over, I kind of have to take them. So we have, you're very close to achieving your goal. Wow, I like that. And this one is, the energy is gaining momentum. Wow. So something is really picking up pace for you, Aquarius. And as I said, take action now. You'll likely get the rewards. You'll continue to see rewards until the next 2 years when these two come together again. So let's see what tarot has to say in terms of what action you could be taking. Did we say spirituality and religion and higher learning? You have the High Priestess coming out. There you go. Some of you are really getting ahead on your spiritual journey at this time. Or, this could be, again, I like to keep it like kind of mellow and under the radar, like in the sense, don't put pressure on the term spirituality. Don't give it a certain vibration, because there is no one definition, okay? So don't try to think of like, look, this certain person is so spiritual, they're good at this, that, I should do that. No, everybody's journey is different. It's just like learning to tap into more than our physical senses, getting into our gut feelings. So I don't know, some of you need to hear that don't worry about what the spiritual path should be. There may be people you really look up to as your ideals, but you are not them. And it's funny because I was talking about this to my children, because they're like, oh, I don't have this, that kid looks like this, and I have blah. And I was like, look, if we were meant to be and look and behave the same way, the universe or God, whatever you believe in, would have created us the same way. It's much easier to create clones than to create individual egos, right? Identities. So embrace that. Understand that you are the way you are for a reason, because that's how the universe intended to make you. Otherwise, they could have just like copied the previous one, right? Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and another human is in the world. So, well, I explain it in a different way to my kids, but this is all about like, we have to embrace our uniqueness. And no, I don't want to be exactly like somebody else, because then where's the difference between my identity and theirs? And it can sometimes be counterintuitive to what the spiritual gurus would teach us, like, oh, we're all one. Yes, we are. But the ego exists for a reason, right? So that's for some of you is going to be, keep an open mind on what spiritual means to you, okay? Ooh, look at that. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then bottom deck energy, we have the Two of Swords. So something is holding you back. And look, this is not, I think you're at the pivotal edge of breaking through, because it's a 12th house energy, okay? 12th house energy usually feels a little confusing. Things are not clear because they're under the surface. So yes, you may feel a little unclear on what direction you actually need to step into, But again, if you follow your gut instinct, it's going to work out. And then you have the World. Look at that. Endings and beginnings. You have ending of the old cycle, and you're stepping through a new portal, a new time. So let's see what the cards have to tell us. The cards are telling us this is time to, like, the Lovers are here. I love it. 6. This is again number 6, the number of Venus, the year of 6, the year of Venus. 2022 reduces to a 6. If you haven't heard me say that before. So focus on your self-love first of all. Okay. Also, that is what's going to open you up to love, if that's what you're looking for. You, at this point, listen to your intuition. What is that internal, like, that nagging feeling that you've been wanting to do something that you haven't? Is it like, you're wanting to learn how to do online ads? Is it something like you've been thinking about moving, or you've been thinking about, I want to learn tarot, I want to learn astrology, or, meditation? Any of these areas, there is something that you've been getting that internal feeling to begin, but you may not have done that yet. And with the Page of Wands and with the King of Swords, these are telling you, go for it. That's a very clear direction. Listen to your gut and just go for it, okay? Take one step at a time. You will build your strategy, and do it from a place of love and from a place of passion. Just your passion, not what others would expect of you. And there's definitely, like, a good time to plant any seeds of intention at this time with the Ace of Pentacles here. This is like that perfect ace that grows over time and grows into 10 of Pentacles, right? So which area? This is new learning, new unconscious, subconscious learning, new home, new renovations, new family, okay, self-care, new knowledge. What appeals to you? Take one action towards it. Don't just sit on the idea. Where the Two of Swords is, don't sit on it. Just take one action, and slowly you'll follow through. And you are the King of Swords, okay? You are the High Priestess. So there's like 3 major arcanas here. So nothing to worry about, but you need to get started on something. So someone needs to hear this message, okay? All right, so let's get you one message from the Animal Spirit deck on action, okay? What can we hear on the inspiration for my Aquarius? There you go. It's like, oh, look, there is some definitely big spirituality element here. You have the Koala Spirit, the message saying Spirit has a plan. Number 35, 8 is all about abundance. I want to get you one more, because this is really looking like whether you may be conflicted about it, whether you see it or not, there is a spiritual path that is opening up to you, and Spirit is working through you, okay, to get you on that. And then we have another 8, Bobcat Spirit, and I'm laughing because the message is life is a mystery. No wonder, it's all 12th house stuff, right? It's so mysterious, it's a little unclear, it's a little fuzzy, but hey, guess what? If you take one step, even if it's buying a book, buying, what was I picking up the other day? I'm trying to, and if you know this, please comment below. I've been searching for a good book on, Atlantis and Lemurians and, the star seeds. And I haven't found like one good book that shows it all in one place. But at least me doing that step of searching for different authors and different books and reviews and looking at the content, is that what I want to learn? At least I'm taking an action. So that's just an example. So things may be a little unclear at this time, but if you're being called towards something, just take some action towards it, okay? That's what the message is here, because Spirit definitely has a plan for you, and life is a mystery. If you're unsure of the exact steps in anything in life, you can say, ooh, I really want to buy, let's say, a 4-bedroom house. Would I be able to buy it? Don't stop it there. Say, I wonder. Okay, this is a very powerful manifestation technique. If you add the words, I wonder, or I want to manifest this, or better, then the universe really opens things up for you. Okay, so that's something. Don't leave something hanging, or don't end your dreams or statements with a negative connotation saying, I don't know if I can afford it. Instead of that, let's say, I wonder, and just leave it there. Okay, so that's some of the, I know your messages were a little bit fluid, but I'm not surprised because this is very strong 12th house energy with this group. So I hope that helps. I'll be moving on to the next one. Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is your section where we'll look at where the conjunction is happening. Just a few quick keywords for Pisces. You're called the mystic, okay? Because, you know, it's a 12th house generally, very, very mystical, very spiritual. And some of the keywords here are imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathetic, mystical, adoring, magical, allowing, dreamy. You get the idea, right? So if you have time, please do also listen to your rising, because astrologers say rising is the most accurate. But again, if you're called to listen to Sun, please do that. It's up to you, okay? It's all about what your gut is telling you. So go back to the intro if you want to know what these planets represent, what does conjunction mean. All that is in the intro. I'm not going to repeat that here, but this powerful divine lovers combination conjunction is happening in your 11th house, okay? 11th house is all about our social circle, our community, our humanity. So some of the keywords here are friendship, group creativity, community, humanity, hope, tribe, festivals, discoveries, common goals, startups, rebellion, experimentation, the future. So this is the Aquarius house, okay? It's all about the collective, all about the greater good. But for you personally, this could mean your friend circle, okay? This could mean let's say a new community course. This could be, let's say you join a new hiking club or a bikers club or anything like that, where you're forming a sense of community. Now, the whole point of this reading is in any of these areas that I'm going to talk about, if you take any action, we're going to receive the blessings over the next 2 years, because after this period, after the end of March, Mars and Venus will not come together for another 2 years. So this is the window that we take action, but the action window is literally middle February, 16th Feb is the key date, a few days before, a few days after, but then after they're going to completely go different by the end of March. So this is a very peak window for us to take action. So for you, that could be your 11th house, which is your community, your circle, your friends. And Mars, for you, Mars rules Aries, and for you, that is your second house. Okay, assets. This is the material world, your possessions, finance, talent, values, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, and aesthetics. Okay, so all of the material world, or material aspects of our life is what Mars rules for you. Okay, and Venus rules 2 signs in astrology, which is Taurus and Libra, and those are for you the 3rd and the 8th house. Okay, 3rd house is all about our day-to-day interactions, it's communication, the keyword is perception, it's, you know, social media, it's our siblings, it's our neighbors, it's even our I would say short scope, or short, what do I say? I'm trying to say like a small course, okay? I'm not saying like it's not a graduate course. It could be certifications. So it's elementary education usually, and of course for grown-ups it's not elementary, but it signifies any small courses. What is this? Is that a camera? I don't even know. What is this? Does that look like an old camera to you? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what it is, but it kind of gives me like a photography course for some of you. I don't know. So that's the 3rd house that Venus rules, and Venus also rules your house of intimacy. So investments, intensity, contracts, sex, intimacy, psychology, all of the, you know, the dark desires that we have, the underworld, okay? That's what Venus represents, or rules in your natal chart. So what this is telling us is the Pisces sign can or would benefit from taking action in any of these areas. And if you take action in any of these areas, the benefits are going to come over the next 2 years. What does that mean? If you take action in, let's say, a new type of investment, let's say you buy a home, it's going to be a very lucky time for you to buy a home. If it is anything around, so second house is also our self-worth, okay? It is Oh, this is very Pisces. Hold your horses. This is big. I think this sign is amazing. Tell you why. Second house is your income. Eighth house is indirect income. So this is direct income, indirect income. You have some communication, some courses, some local connections, and then you have local connections and you have bigger, larger community level connections. So for some of you, tap into your network if you're trying to get into a job. Tap into your network if you're trying to get a loan approved or some financing going on. Some of you may be coming into inheritance, so you can take action by planning on what would you do with that inheritance. Okay, so building a financial plan, working with a financial advisor. Others of you could be like, hey, I'm gonna take a course on social media and I'm gonna, teach my friends how to do that, something like that. So if you help a friend, your friends, your community, or you take help from them, because it's action either way in any of these areas, it's going to reap a lot of rewards. But for you, this is very special, Pisces, I have to say. You have direct and indirect income right here. So if you're planning to change jobs, whip up your resume, just apply at this time. This is very, very potent time for you. Wow. All right, so let's see what the Moonology deck has to say for you, Pisces. There is a full moon in Leo on the 16th. It's extremely powerful because it has, it squares our North Node and South Node. I wouldn't get into that, but just know it's a unique, powerful full moon. So what is the message for Pisces? Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So if you're hesitating on anything, this is just, this energy is just asking you to open up and work through your fears. Also, fears can be in our 8th house, also in 12th house, but yeah, this can be our deepest desires or deeper fears that hold us back. So just work through those, just take an action, take one step. All right, so let's see. Spirit, help us see what should Pisces take action on during this potent time. What is the advice for Pisces? You have 2 pages. Ooh. Siblings, kids, new beginnings, new journeys, new investments, new ideas. Let's see what else. 6 of Swords, another page. I am telling you, you're probably doing a lot of new stuff on your way to becoming the Emperor. Just look at that energy. Wow. Okay, this is like major graduation for some of you. It's funny because I said this is like elementary. It's not grad level, it's elementary, but through those elementary steps, look at where you're coming into. You're becoming the Emperor. Emperor is ruled by Mars, by the way. So let's see bottom deck energy. We have the 8 of Cups. So you're walking away from something. Your investments are going to pay off and you're going to come into a community, 11th house, where you can be yourself. Okay, the hard work is paying off. You're finally leaving aspects of yourself behind that you don't resonate with anymore. Okay, just walk away from things that don't resonate with you anymore. And this is naturally happens when we slowly keep taking steps towards the life that we want. And when it may seem it's moving very slow, but when you look back, like even a year ago, or if you want to go back 2 years ago and compare your life now to then, you'll see how much you've grown and how far you've come from that point. Okay, that's just some of you need to hear that. But what tarot is telling us over here is this is a time to, again, leave your fears behind. This is coming out of choppy waters, the 6 of Swords here. Taking new steps. There's a lot of new beginnings. Some of you, I'm hearing, are blending a family, because pages to me represent kids. And there are 3 kids here that's showing up. 3 and 3. 3 is a number. 3 and 6 are powerful numbers for you. So that's for a small percentage of you. But this is about a new thinking, a new passionate beginning, a new materialistic investment, job, or financial beginning. So there's a lot of new things that are open to you. or it's a time for you that you can plant some seeds here. Again, going back to these houses over here, you could start a new course, which is the Page of Swords, okay? Thoughts, swords are thoughts. They are intellect, and this is the house of the intellect. You could start let's say a new partnership, a new business. Page of Wands is all about our creative passions, our desires, and what we want to grow. And with the 8th house, could be taking a loan for something like that, or this could be, as I said in the beginning, like you find you're very passionate about hiking, you start literally walking. That's what this person is doing. You join a community or a group in your community that goes for, hikes together, anything like that. Take as it fits. And then this one here could really be like, okay, taking a course on investment, on long-term investment and short-term investment. Maybe with the coin here, some of you are learning about Bitcoin and, the new currencies and how to invest in them. Any of those areas, but literally there is new thinking, new ideas, there's new fire burning, and there's new strategies that you're putting together. You're coming out of a difficult time. You have to take the action. Only you can take the action, no one else for you. And before you know it, step by step, you're going to come out being really on top, being the emperor of your life, okay? In the next 2 years, it's going to be a very, very remarkable transformation for you. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, let's close out. Pisces, this is a very blessed time for you. Let's close out your reading with one message from Animal Spirit Guides and see what action-oriented message they want to give you. We have Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. Number 2, there you go, 2nd house. Some of you are definitely buying homes or moving into new homes. I'm getting a very strong 2nd house energy here. But yeah, that's your message. Life is speeding up, so take the leap. Take the leap is what I'm hearing. Okay, thank you, Pisces. I will be moving on to the next sign. Now moving on to the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is your part of the reading. So you're known as a fire starter. I love it. I absolutely love it. You are ruled by Mars. Okay, Mars is your ruler, so it's a very, very fiery time. There's a lot of firepower available to you. So some of the keywords for you: active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive, fiery, exhilarating, innocent, on a mission, bossy, driving, sparky, courageous, selfish, macho, impulsive, argumentative, competitive. So competitive for sure. I can definitely see that. Assertive, yes. Self-starting, active, daring. I love the Aries energies. So again, please go to the intro if you missed it. That's where I really talk about what Mars means and what Venus means, and what does a conjunction mean. So here we're gonna see where can you take action in order to receive blessings around that area in your life over the next 2 years, because they're not going to come back together for another 2 years. Okay, so this powerful divine lovers combination is happening in your 10th house of reputation. It's career, it's your achievements, your social status, what your public standing looks like, your job, right, your title. All of that is 10th house, and that's where this powerful meeting between the two planets is happening. Now Mars rules you, as I said, it rules Aries. Therefore, this is affecting your 1st house, right? 1st house is the physical body, outlook, self-image, your philosophy, your consciousness, and how you portray yourself to the world, or how you see the world, right? It's all 1st house energy. So and then Venus rules 2 signs in astrology, and they fall in your 2nd and 7th houses. It's the Taurus and Libra, right? So they are, because you're the 1st sign of the wheel, they're perfectly on 2nd and 7th represented. So very powerful time. Venus is ruling your assets, your money, and your love relationships and your partnerships, okay? So what it tells us is, during this time from, let's say, mid-February to early March, or if not early March, if it's not possible for you, at least before the end of March, do take some action in any of these areas, because that's going to bear fruit for you. For example, because it's the first house, it could be something very simple. It's like you deciding to change your physical body, the way you look, the way you feel. So it could be a new diet, a new health regimen, exercise regimen. You could cut your hair, any of that, because Venus is direct now, right? So now we can also do cosmetic changes to us that we've been thinking of, right? That could really help. Or you investing in yourself, trying to learn certain techniques to improve your own self-image for yourself and not for the world, for you. Okay, so investing in you, that could really yield a lot of positive results. Now I have to say, this looks very heavy money and love for you. So there's self, there is money, there is love involved over here. So take action on any of those. Okay, again, second house assets. You want to invest, you want to buy a home, you want to, acquire certain things in your life, or even second house. I mean, even though it says assets, to me, it's because to me, Venus is both money and love. So it could also be people in your home and the people that you want to co-create with. And similarly, is this a business partnership you want to start? Is this a love relationship you want to open up to, or you want to approach somebody about it? And that obviously automatically affects your 10th house, because 10th house is not just our job title, it is also our relationship status, right? Any of those. So that's how it's all affecting you. And these are the energies available to you. So it's, again, I always say, use the energies. This is not a prediction. This is like what's available to you. And if you were to take advantage of these energies, you could really reap the rewards over the next 2 years. So let's see what Moonology has to say. We have a full moon in Leo on the 16th of February. The effect is a few days before, a few days after. It's a very powerful full moon. So if you want to do manifestations or intentions, so I wanted to use this one as well. Oh, you're showing up. Look at that. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. That's what we're talking about. It's the first house. Mars is saying, go, go, go. I'm here, go. And then more fire energy. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. So there is a lot of, as I said, this starting, the word, the key phrase, fire starter, is really at play for you right now. So tap into that. Tap into that. Just do anything in these areas that you've been thinking about doing for a long time. So it would really, really bring results for you with so much fire showing up. So let's see what Tarot has to say. What action could Aries be taking at this time? Okay. You have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Swords. We have the Empress. There's your second house energy. We have the Hanged Man. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. And the bottom deck energy, we have the Death, Major Arcana, and the Fool. How beautiful is this, the Death and the Fool together? Oh my goodness. So endings and complete new beginnings. And then the Queen of Cups is also wanting to show. So that's like actually very interesting to me, because there's a lot of, I mean, yes, Fool is fire for me. There's water showing up with the Queen of Cups. Okay, we were saying there's a lot of fire, but there's there's also a lot of emotional intelligence that I'm picking up over here. So let's look at the cards and see what we have. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Empress, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Pentacles. So for me, the keywords here, we have, as we said, intuition here, which is also like the Queen of Cups. Let's put it this way. Okay. Okay, fine. There we go. Because I want you guys to see what I'm seeing over here, how I'm being drawn to this. Queen of Cups and Hanged Man, they're really talking about tapping into your intuition and, as I said, emotional intelligence. Because, and this is clear Venus energy. Now, again, Venus is also very intuitive. She is very aware of materialistic, but also people, right? So it's all about love and materials. It's about what we love and who we love. And this is where you're being called to tap into that. What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to co-create, and not just with spirit, but co-create with another person when it comes to your assets and your relationships and your partnerships, okay? That would ultimately help you create your social standing, your reputation. You'll probably have to take a step towards it, and you can only do that when you walk out of this stage that's going on over here, because the current energies seem to be, you're a little worn out, right? But the Nine of Wands is an energy of the wounded warrior. You know, we're almost towards the end. We're almost there, and after 9 comes 10, and 10 is the completion. So this is a big message. This is not time to give up, okay? Confidence is the key to your success. It's not time to give up. It is time to take action, and this is almost like, don't give up now. You are so close. You are so close to your goal. This here is something I want to call out with the Five of Swords energy. This is really telling us, like, this is not the time to think of or wanting to win at all costs. No, if there are elements, if there are people who are draining you of your energy because you're wanting to, or you're trying to prove yourself over and over again to them, that is the wrong strategy at this time. Okay, the right strategy is, you're already exhausted because you've done so much work and you've really held your ground. Preserve your energy and learn to pull your energy back to yourself. Don't engage in arguments that, even if you're right, and which I know you may be, even if you're right, just walk away. This is about picking your battles, choosing your battles wisely at this time, because that's taking out more energy from you. Once you let that go, you come into this Hangman, this Queen of Cups energy, like listening to your softer side. What do you want to create? What do you want to achieve? You come into an aha moment, and because you're doing it from a point of love, it's going to open up avenues for you, and you'll be able to plant that seed and take that first step, whatever area this applies to. But specifically, Mars and Venus are really affecting love, money, and relationships and partnerships, business partnerships, and your own self-image also at this point. And this is completely in your hands. A lot of stuff is in our hands, but then also there are a lot of things where, we're just like a tiny little speck in the universe, and the universe has much bigger plans for us. The spirit has much bigger plans. But things like self-worth or first house, we 100% own that. And we just have to uncover, because there's a lot of conditioning and programming over the years, or formative years, it kind of takes that away, but take one step towards it. Amazing. All right. Okay, Aries, so let's get you a message of action, inspiration from the Animal Spirit deck, and see what's your animal spirit wanting to tell you at this point. What is the message for Aries? Oh, that was like a bunch of cards, but this is the one that I saw that flipped over, so we can keep that. Oh, this is beautiful. That's what I feel when I was interesting. Sorry. Okay, so your message is number 26, reduces to an 8. 8 is abundance. Okay, flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. So yeah, you may be feeling with these energies here, right, that it's been a long journey. It's not quite ending. The new journey is not quite starting. So you may have felt a little stalled with the energies as well. So this is just reminding you that it's okay. Embrace the in-between. There's kind of like that pause before the doors open. It's like, before opportunity comes our way, there's like a little bit of like a lull. And that's what may be going on, but that's okay. Rest and rejuvenate at this time, and embrace the in-between is what this is telling us here today. Okay, so that was your reading. I will be moving on to the next one. Hi Taurus, Sun, Luna, Rising. This is the part of the reading for you, and seeing how Mars and Venus would be affecting your sign. So again, listen to your Sun and Rising at least. Rising is usually the most close to what the energies are according to astrologers. But again, listen to your intuition. If you want to listen to the sun, that's fine. Okay. So I was surprised too. These little cards are very cute. They have these keywords, and I really like it. Taurus is called the bombshell. I love this. And you know, Taurus is again literally ruled by Venus, so this is a special time for you. You want to tap into this energy. Now, some of the keywords for your sign are earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure-seeking, sensuous, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, deliberate. So this is the second house energy, okay? You know, Taurus is all about material abundance and also about love, right? So people and things we love, but Taurus rules material world. So where is this powerful lovers combination happening? Please go check the introduction where I talk about each of these planets and what does it really mean. I don't want to go over it again. But this combination, this meeting is happening in your 9th house. And 9th house is our long-term goals. It's foreign travel, it's adventure, it's higher education. It's different philosophies, and you know, it says like here, I like it, spiritual quests, aspirations, okay, religion, journalism, any, if you want to think of like any expansive view, be it on some your spiritual, religious, occult, or occult, oh, I don't know why I said that, or different cultures. And it's a very global energy, okay? I think, if I'm not wrong, this is the Sagittarian house. So really all about expansion. This is where things are happening. So there's a lot of fire and passion in this house, where we're seeking things bigger than ourselves, than our own experiences. And Mars traditionally rules Aries, which is for you, it's your 12th house. And the keywords are surrender. So 12th house is our subconscious. It's things that are hidden under the surface. So generally from, you know, I've seen this when Mars has been in my 12th house. It's a bit of a confusing energy, okay? Because we want to do things and at times we can't, in the sense that we just don't find the energy. So Mars is kind of diluted in this place. But because they're coming together in the 9th, it has much more potent energy, okay? And then Venus, of course, is the ruler of Taurus, and it sits in your 1st and 6th house. And that's what it generally normally affects your natal chart, in the house of self and in the house of self-care. It's our day-to-day routines, it's our job, it's how we, you know, our diet and well-being, and this is all about self-image, right? So that's what they individually represent, and how they affect your chart normally is, you know, again, Venus shines a light on your self-image, how you view yourself, and also how you take care of yourself, and what routines and exercises or anything, your daily stuff that you create. And the Mars is all about the subconscious. And together, they're joining forces in your 9th house, so expansion. So what the whole reading is about is like knowing where it affects, where it's happening, and how can we take any action in those areas so it can bring us blessings over the next 2 years, because they are not going to meet again until another 2 years. So it's a special time. So go watch the intro. Now, the full moon in Leo is also happening on the same day, February 16th, so very powerful day. So let's see what message we have from Luna for you. Again, confidence is key to success. This is interesting. I think this also came out for Aries. And because it's like that's ruled by Mars, your Taurus ruled by Venus, so the conjunction is happening. So definitely the message of confidence is your key to success, stands for both signs. But I want to get you one more, just one more for Taurus. Let's see. Okay, what was that? Ooh, okay, did you see the force? Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. All right, there we have it. So there is an eclipse coming. Please search up on that. I don't know the exact dates, but there's the next eclipse is actually going to happen on the nodes. So very, very powerful time especially for you because the North Node is in Taurus now. Okay, so read up on it, watch some YouTube videos on it. This is very, very destined time for Taurus overall. Okay, all right, so let's see what Tarot has to say. What action should Taurus be taking or may want to take during this time? Not that one. So what action may Taurus want to take during this time? Amazing. Okay, one more. A lot of similar messages coming through, which is interesting. Bottom deck energy, we have the Knight of Swords and Judgment. Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of repeating messages. So I'm going to put this over here so we can look at these. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. I would say a lot of pages are coming out today. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. Aha, there you are. Nine of Pentacles. I like it. Okay, right off the bat, there is a lot of sword energy. You see Knight of Swords, Six of Swords, Page of Swords. This is literally feeling like you may have like a... Swords represents our thoughts, intellect, but it also represents the element of air and fast movement, okay? And I think this is really telling because I remember when I was saying Mars in the 12th can feel a little diluted, but now it's kind of meeting in the 9th house. So the confusion is lifting. And this is literally Mars energy that I'm seeing over here. It's like fast moving energy. There is... this is showing up here with expect powerful change in Knight of Swords. There may be a lot of like impulsive energy, so just watch out for that within you, that you don't rush through things. This is like literally judgment time, right? And then we have the Five of Swords here as well. These are telling us pick your battles wisely, don't need to engage with every single argument, just honor your truth. Major Arcana. Okay, this is all about honoring your truth. This is, you know, resurrecting yourself, reinventing yourself. Self-image is coming on very strongly to me through this card. And then it's like, you know, once you figure out what you want, you may like don't impulsively take actions, but take some action because you do have two pages over here. So when it comes to your self-image, your home, your health, your vitality, or even learning something for the long term for some of your goals. This could even be, we even see travel here, okay? Travel over water, overseas. So maybe you're taking a vacation or learning or you're traveling for a job. That's looking good at this point. But at the end of all of this, you are looking fine. Okay, you're looking damn fine. What the Nine of Pentacles over here is like tending to your own garden. And I think that's a big message with the first house. Take care of yourself, even one step towards changing your lifestyle, even if it's changing your job, reduced hours, even if it's like, you know, even cosmetic changes are very well timed or auspicious at this point because Venus is direct and, you know, she obviously rules your first house. So it's a good time for that. Investing in yourself. Okay, that's what this is. Traveling, movement forward, leaving choppy waters behind, leaving the times behind where we felt very drained. I really feel this again is a lifelong thing for you because Mars naturally rules your 12th house. Sometimes, you know, just it's not the same energy as any of the other houses because 12th house is supposed to be slow and under the surface. So there's the fire there kind of struggles to really take action, and sometimes it can feel exhausting, right? That's what this energy is here, but you're coming out of that time. Embrace new ideas, embrace new philosophies, new learnings. 9th house energy. Plant some seed of intention of what you want to do, even if it's going to be something, let's say, I don't know. Let's say you're cutting out carbs. That's the most traditional thing, right? That I know of. People cut out carbs of their diet. Maybe that's what it is, and that affects your Nine of Pentacles. Anything like that. But there's one tiny step that you could take in either direction that's going to help you move forward, okay? Don't be impulsive. That's the main energy, but do take some action in these areas. All right. So let's close out your reading with a little message from the Animal Spirit deck. Let's see what your Animal Spirit Kingdom wants to tell you. I cannot believe it. Exact same messages for Aries and for Taurus, because that's Mars and your Venus. So I'm going to get you one more, but this is embrace the in-between. And I'm not surprised. I actually love this because Aries also had the Nine of Wands energy over here. Okay, so there's a little bit of a lull. There's been a little bit of lull, but now things are opening up, and especially like for those of you who've been wanting to travel. You know, there has been obviously a lot of delay on that. So it's just, you know, Spirit saying, just embrace the in-between. Things are really about to change up really quick. And then you have Dove Spirit saying, be peace, number 21, which reduces to a 3. 3 is all about creation, creativity. So you have 3 and 8 as the numbers showing up over here. So those are the messages for you, Taurus. Again, embrace the in-between, be at peace. And this is important because I feel like some of you are ready to break through because, you know, again, a lot of us are very frustrated with the slow energy of the past couple of years. I'm saying you're very close to completion. Just, you know, stay in this energy. You know, there will be powerful changes with this one right here. Expect powerful change. So just embrace the slowness now and come into the fruition of your work pretty soon. Okay? All right, I'll be moving on to the next sign. Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is part of your reading where we see how Mars and Venus will be affecting your sign or what energies are available to you. Now, as I was looking, these cards are very cute. They have like a key phrase and then they have a lot of little other words associated with Gemini or for each sign and any aspect. You're the butterfly. Gemini is also known as a social butterfly. You rule the 3rd house. It's all about communications, excellent communicators. You can articulate very well. And, you know, I was reading through these and then all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, it's the sign of the twins. And the age of Gemini is when the consciousness actually split into the male and female identity. Okay, before that, I think was the age of the Taurus or maybe the Aries age. There was no difference, but it was the start of the age of Gemini, and this is like millions of years ago, okay, is when the male and female split of the consciousness happened. And guess what we're talking about? We're talking about the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So I feel, again, I'm an intuitive reader, but this just hit me like out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God, this is the time where you would likely feel quite empowered in both the yin and the yang energy, okay, the feminine and the masculine. But that's it, like you want to embrace that energy and you want to embrace that thought that you have both within you and you can interlay them both to achieve your goals. Go watch the introduction so you can just like get a little bit more on what Mars does, what Venus does, and what a conjunction really means. But this part of the reading will look at where this is happening. So for you, Gemini, some of the words are curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, variety-seeking, social, collaborative, brilliant, perceptive, connected, vocal, adaptive, street smart, mobile, studious, superficial, restless, fidgety. I have a moon in Gemini, so I can be quite restless at home, but you know, it's constant need for change at home and learning new things. But that's just, I find safety in that because this is in my moon. So listen to your sun, moon, rising, or at least your sun and your rising. That would be the most accurate. So where are these divine lovers meeting for you now, this time? Is your 8th house, the house of intimacy. So this is the house of also indirect income. So 2nd house is direct. This is indirect income. Can be loans, mortgages, other, you know, financial institutions. Can be bonuses. Can also be inheritance, can be money from our partner, all of that, you know, indirect income, financial stuff, but also sex, intimacy, our deep desires, our fears, our secrets. Okay, all of that falls in this house, which is the Scorpio house. This is the house of resurrection, phoenixing. And maybe that's because I really hadn't like thought of that before I started, you know, record. But this is looking like more of a phoenixing energy to me than anything else. And maybe that's why the splitting of the gender, I don't want to say gender, but the masculine, feminine identity of the consciousness coming through, as just like for some of you, it's really pushing you towards going after what you want to build. Okay. Now, traditionally, so what we're trying to do is like, we're trying to see where should you take action now so the results can come, you know, during the next 2 years, because these two are not going to meet until another 2 years, and the dates are in the intro, so you can check that out. So Mars traditionally rules your 11th house, and you know, it's the house of Aquarius. It's called the Edge. I like it. And the 11th house is about friendship, group creativity, community, humanity, you know, your community circle, your friend circle, your larger social ecosystem. That's what Mars rules. Okay, that's quite fiery for you. So again, you may identify as somebody who knows a lot of people, or knows of a lot of people, you know, so the social and extended social circle can be pretty large for some Geminis. I'm picking up over here because Mars in 11th is quite amazing. And then Venus rules 2 houses in astrology, which is, did I say Aquarius? I apologize. That's Aries. Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and they represent for you the 12th house and the 5th house in your chart. So 12th is all about subconscious. Again, there's a similar theme here about resurrection, about phoenixing. This is our, you know, our subconscious mind, our dreams, the karma, forgiveness. And you know, this is the house of therapy, the house of psychotherapy, meditation. And then the 5th house is all about passion. It's about fun. It's about investments. It's about joy, children, you know, any new side hustles you want to start. It's fun and joy and laughter and tapping into our inner child type creative energies. Okay, so that's what's going on during this time, and it's all affecting your 8th house. Okay, so what we want to do today is see where can you take action, or what action, even if you take one step, it's going to bring you blessings over the next 2 years. Okay, so with the full moon in Leo on the exact same day, I wanted to get, like, it's a powerful time, so let's get you a message from Moonology deck and see what do Geminis need to hear. I'm going to take the 2. I like 1, but you know, Spirit keeps giving me 2 2 cards. I take the ones that flip over. So we have the first one is new moon in Libra. The message is a new romantic cycle begins. Ooh, by the way, 5th house is also romance. Okay, it's love and romance, and then 7th is the marriage, and then 8th is the shared assets and resources. So for some of you, clear as day, a new romantic cycle is beginning. Okay, and then we have full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Interesting, there's a lot of love or Venus oriented, and again, this is Libra here, which is ruled by Venus. And then this is again more nurturing, caring, romantic energies that are available to you at this time. So let's see what action should you be taking. We'll look at tarot, and what action could you take in any of these areas to take advantage of these energies. So for Gemini Spirit, 3rd house, have fun, be yourself. 3 of Cups, I like it. 6 of Cups, ooh, that's your community, that's your friends. Spend some quality time with your friends. Okay, let's see what else. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay, fast moving energy. That's the Mars oriented energy to me. We have dreamy. We have our dreams with the 7 of Cups. And then we have the Six of Swords, so moving forward from choppy waters. And the bottom deck energy is the Five of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. So this is again, this is typically the 8th house energy to me, where we trap ourselves in, okay, where we hold ourselves back due to our fears. It's almost like a very deeper subconscious sort of energy. And with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands, it's literally, you see this person is standing, right? They're trying to keep the upper hand at arguments while trying to escape and feeling, all these energies here are showing that you may have felt trapped in certain areas of your life, or you may have felt you didn't have the power to take action, or you had to really, hold your ground against other people. So that's something that could have been happening in your life until this point. And now what Spirit wants you to do is take action in that area, in terms of like, what do you really want to achieve, okay? And especially, a lot of it could be a mental thing with the 12th house here, and the keyword here says surrender. Okay, so if you were to surrender to this feeling of being trapped, what else would you do? Where do you find joy? And this is what these cards are saying. Find joy, connect with the right people, so you can tap into your creativity, you can tap into your inner child. I think this is a pretty big energy here with the inner child coming through, because that's what's going to help you break out and resurrect yourself, okay? This is, again, breaking away. It's a little bit of a fast-moving energy. You could take momentum with it. I think for your sign, it came out for another, but the message is slightly different for you. Is like, you can actually tap into a little bit more action at this time. If you start by connecting with what makes you happy. Okay, this is all 5th house energy. Friends, this could even be social gatherings. If you get invitations to events, safely do go for them. You will feel like you're reconnecting with your community. This is a very big 11th house energy right here, and this seems like very heavy 5th house energy, creativity. So do that. Maybe cut out of your usual patterns of staying to yourself, but this is natural for you. Like, it's in your it's wired in you, with you being a Gemini. You'll be able to navigate that. Follow your dreams, take one action towards it, okay, whatever that is. And you will be coming out of this limbo time with the Six of Swords over here. But the action you need to take is like, actually, it's simple. Engage with your community, try to find fun, let go of your inner inhibitions right here. Stop the need to hold your ground. You don't have to engage in that energy, and see what you need to change drastically in your life in terms of your own inhibitions and cracking through where you hold yourself back. Okay, so there may be some sort of, I'm getting with these two here because I just read Kundalini energy. So there may be a breakthrough moment for you. Again, with 12th house, if you can, try a different meditation or meditative approach that you've never done before, like crystal bowls. It could be like a guided sleep meditation. It could be a chakra healing meditation, or something that you haven't done before, because that's going to really help you break through with these two showing up over here. Okay, and then the results will be paying through the next 2 years until these two planets join forces again. So let's get you a final message from the Animal Spirit deck. And we have two. Okay. We have two, right? Yeah. So the first one is Armadillo Spirit. Set healthy boundaries. All right. So the boundaries are here, but I really feel that it's not. If you set healthy boundaries, you actually don't have to stand up for yourself. You know, people will automatically back off. That's what this is. Because it's like a thick shell, right? Don't let anything affect you internally. And then you have number 28, which is 10, completion or beginning. The Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. So this also is, to me, 12th house energy. Both of these are pretty much 12th house energies, where it's saying create your mental space, your mental boundaries with people and physical boundaries, but also like clear out the self-inhibition clutter that you carry in your mind. This is not just about physical clutter, okay? Organizing your desk is great. It clears up the energies. But what this really, to me, speaks about is our mental clutter, okay? Take out your thoughts of self-limiting, the self-limiting beliefs that we all have. Try to declutter those and get them out and detox in whatever way that works for you. And that's going to bring you a lot of positive momentum. Okay, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I'll be moving on to the next one. Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This part of the reading is for you. If you missed the intro, I would highly recommend you go watch it, because I talk about what Mars means, what Venus means, what is the meaning of conjunction, and what do we want to do during this time. But the main thing is we'll look at where these are affecting you, your sign. Listen to your sun and rising, at least, if you can. And then what action would you take in those areas, because that's going to bring results for the next 2 years before they reunite. Okay, so all the dates and all that information is in the intro. So let's look at you, what this means for you. So you're called a doula. I love that, because Cancer is the 4th house. It's all about family and roots and foundations. And some of the keywords here for you are feeling, sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, birthing, tender, nocturnal, caring, moody, receptive, lunar, sentimental, introverted, defensive, family oriented. So for me, the Cancer is, again, family oriented. It's the house of the family, or how we want to build our family, and intuitive skills and tapping into our own caring, nurturing energies. So where the lovers, these divine lovers, are meeting for you, this union is happening for you in your 7th house. 7th house is the house of relationships. So that is the house of marriage, that is the house of contracts. It's also partnerships, yes, of course. So this can relate to business partnerships as well. But this is all about relations, okay? So 1st house is us, and the 7th is others, or partnerships with others. And I feel like this is so fitting. Again, you're one of those signs it's a very powerful combination, because the masculine and the feminine are meeting in the house of relationship for you. So some of the keywords here are partners, companionship, best friends, marriage, relationships, opposition, equilibrium, sharing, communion, justice, balance, social awareness. I like that there's balance here, because again, it's a Libra house, of course, but it's, the masculine and feminine showing up. So a lot of synchronicities there. So if you could take any action in matters of partnerships, friendships, love relationships, or anything around justice or equality, balance in relationships and, friendships, even marriage, because this is the house of marriage, that could really lead to long-term success and benefits and blessings over the next 2 years. So let's see, traditionally, where do these rule your chart? Mars rules your 10th house of reputation. This is our career. This is our social standing. What's our status, right? So it can be reputation. It can be job. It can be your marital status or relationship status, or it can be your home status, like whether you're a homeowner or not, or whether you have cars, like your material and relationship, characteristics of what sit in the 10th house, because it's the top of your chart. The 10th is right on the top of the chart, and that's what the world sees. Okay, so Mars affects that traditionally for you. And Venus rules 2 signs in astrology, which is Taurus and Libra. Libra is right here, so that's the 4th, and that's it sits in your 4th house, so that would come 4 signs from you. So you have 11th and 4th. Now 11th house is about again, friendships. It's about community. It's about finding like-minded people. It's about, let's say, joining a group of sorts. So this is a larger social circle. This can be our yoga group. This can be our reading book club. This can be whatever, right? So where people have similar interests, that's what the 11th house is. And it's all about collective impact. And then we also have the personal home 4th house energy, which, as I said, generally Cancer sits in the 4th house, but because it's your first, it, Libra falls in your fourth house. So a lot of home, relationships, family, reputation, connections type of energy that is available to you. So what you want to do is take at least some action during this key window, and the dates are in the intro, so you can start seeing the benefits or blessings from it until the next time that Mars and Venus, come together. So you make use of this fire and this love energy together to take action into your life. So let's see what Moonology has to say. We also have a powerful full moon in Leo on the same day, February 16th, happening. So let's see what message Moonology has for Cancer. Okay. Oh, we have two. Okay. The first one is, what do you need to release? Oh, that's a deep message. That is a deep message. Where are you holding yourself back? What inhibitions do you have that you need to unblock yourselves from? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And right next to it, you have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So North Node is the destiny point, okay? What are we destined to do? By the way, at this time, North Node has shifted, and it's shifted for a little bit, but it is in Taurus, which is ruled by, guess what? Venus. So it is a year of the Venus, so the eclipses will be happening in Scorpio-Taurus axes. But this is really saying now is the time to leave the old behind and step into your destiny. What were you destined to do? What are you called to do in this lifetime? That's where take at least one step, even if it's a baby step. Okay. All right. So let's see what Tarot has to say. Spirit, show us what action could Cancer be taking at this time. So the King of Swords. We have the we have the Five of Pentacles. That's what you need to leave behind. This is the interesting energy over here, because this is the parity mentality where we feel, and I don't mean it in a negative way, this is in relationships is what I'm picking up, because we have the 7th house here so strong, and the 7th and 10th and 4th, and also friendships, right? It feels like you're being called to cut through this pattern where you may feel you have to do everything on your own. That you see that you feel you don't have like a support system and you're on your own. And that's what the parity mentality is, that we feel we have to solve everything. We don't ask for help, or we feel if you're going to ask for help, we're not going to get it because there's nobody there. And that is a major mental block for you. That's why I got that energy. What are you trying to release? So open up, cut through this mental barrier, and there is very strong relationship, friendship, family relationships also at play here that you could tap into. So I'm just going to take the ones I see. I saw the 8 of Pentacles. So you got the 8 of Pentacles. More. Wow, look at that. There you go, the Resurrection. And then we have, I like that. See, once you cut out this feeling of not having a support system, keep working on your craft, okay? Leave that mental voice, that nagging voice behind, and just do one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. Before you know it, you're going to go from working hard to actually making time to enjoy what you worked on. Okay, the 9 of Pentacles is reaping the rewards of our labor. This is also very important because it's giving me very high Empress and Venus vibes. It's also a reminder to take care of ourselves, to make time for ourselves. Do you value yourself? Only when you value yourself will you be able to attract valuable partnerships. So instead of focusing on the other in a relationship, or the others in our connections, or what the father or the mother or the brother or the sister expects, instead of focusing on that, if you bring it in and say, I'm going to do what makes me feel valued or value myself and makes me happy. And for some time, that's all I'm going to do. And when you do that, you raise your vibration so much. You don't need to put up boundaries. You don't need to cut people off. You don't need to be sharp-tongued. Because guess what? Automatically, your vibration is so much higher that those people won't even be able to penetrate it. And that's what's called the true resurrection, the true phoenix moment. And it's for you, because there's so much love and relationship and connections energy here, that is automatically completely affecting your reputation as well. You don't have to do anything drastic. You have to start with self. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Wow. Bottom deck energy. Counterparts. Talk about counterparts. Talk about counterparts. Talk about balance. The male and female energies. So this is where you're going to be like, I'm the queen. Who wants to come talk to a queen? You have to be worthy of my time. And it's not in an arrogant sense. It's in the sense of you valuing your time. Where for some of you, I'm hearing for some of you have been taking on too much responsibility. And yes, it's been a crazy time. All of us have done that. We've all had to go above and beyond and lean in into, supporting our families over the last couple years. But, it's time to kind of take back a little bit of that energy for yourself. And that's what the Queen of Swords is here to do. And then start something new. It's a new aha moment. It'll take a little bit of a perspective shift. But that's what you need in order for you to really get out of this this block that you've created. Because right behind that is your abundance, your happy family, this is the 10th house, everything, your status, your happiness, your material, your emotional, every need is fulfilled here. It's all behind this blocker, okay? That's what I'm seeing. So start with yourself, see what you need to change in your life, what needs to end, and how you need to step into the new. And if it seems too big, all you gotta do is do what you know. The 8 of Pentacles over here. Repetition, do what you know, and before you know it, you would have created a masterpiece that you're going to get to enjoy. And yes, the world will see it with these houses over here. But this will massively affect your connections and your relationships. Okay, oop, I've got the wrong deck. All right. Oh, that's beautiful, Cancer. Okay, so let's see. Final message from Animal Spirit deck. To see what they have to say to you, Cancer. We have the Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. I love this. And it reduces to an 11, a master number that's lining up with your spirituality or with your true spirit. Like, what are you being called to do? So dream the world into being. How beautiful is that? I love it for you, Cancer. I'm going to leave it here and I will move on to the next sign. Thank you.